you ready? Are you ready? Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, she gone.
Oh, she gone.
Yeah.
Well, we made it about 3 feet out the door when we have a situation.
Go this way. Go this way.
Come here.
Hey,
Nope.
Bella. Come here. Come here.
Go to Papa.
Okay, go to Mama. Go. Get Mama. Go get Mama. Nope.
Oh my goodness, what a dork.
Go to Mama.
Come here.
Go to Mama.
Come here. Treat. Good job. Good job. Woo.
Dumb.
Almost didn't make it.
Good morning. It's finally Friday. We are taking the pup, the pacemaker pup, out for a little stroll. The plan was to go to the gym today.
Yeah.
That was the plan.
Probably call it a plan.
Yeah, it was a plan, but you know, plans
Suggestion.
fall through. Yeah. So I have a lot to do still this morning, and Matt said he wasn't feeling it. So we compromised on taking Bella for a walk, so that way we can, you know, still get a little exercise, but then we don't have to go do the full time at the gym. So that's the plan for today. We also have to pack, and I can say this now because by the time this goes up, she'll know. Come here. We have to pack because we're going back to my parents' house. We're spending Christmas with Matt's family. So we're going back to my mom and dad's either tonight or tomorrow morning to do Christmas with them. But my mom is unaware. We lied to her and told her that we wouldn't have a weekend free until January. So,
Jeez.
yeah.
How come I didn't know this?
You were in the group chat.
Oh.
So anyway, so we're gonna go back and surprise her. She'll know tonight when my sister and her boyfriend get there, but just depending on work and things like that, we'll see if we go tonight or if we go tomorrow morning. So that's the plan. So we're gonna walk Bella. Let me get some work done. Also today, I had a request from somebody to talk about why I got into journalism and the news, and I thought that was such a good idea to talk about. So later today, I will definitely explain why I wanted to get into it, how I got into it, and those sorts of things. So, see you in a bit. Right? Like the best way to show off that you have a new car is that you don't have license plates yet. And so I've been rolling around with the stock license plates from the dealership. That's how it shows it's a new car, right? We're 2 weeks in, I got my license plates. Does that mean it's not a new car anymore? Matt's gonna put them on for me, but I made him take off my, my USC alumni, see? Off of my old car, so that way I could have it on my new car. So that way it's still repping. I need to get a Fresno State one that can go in the front. That way the USC's in the back, Fresno State in the front, repping both teams, but it's okay. I'm a little sad. Is it official?
It's official.
My car's not new anymore?
Nope. It's used. Appreciate it.
Aww.
Check it out.
Hello again. Much later than I talked to you earlier. It has been a crazy day of breaking news, but I wanted to address a couple things. One, Matt, if you're watching, you have to shut it off at this point because we're talking Christmas gifts very quickly. So I showed you yesterday that I was dropping off the newspaper articles at Michael's to get them framed. I picked them up today. They look amazing. I'll show you the video I took while I was there. I was kind of in a rush, so I didn't get to really sit and talk about it, but they look so good. I'm so impressed with how well they turned out, and I'm just hoping he likes them. The other thing I wanted to talk about, I mentioned it earlier when we were walking Bella. Someone asked me why I got into journalism, why I got into the news business, and I thought, duh, like, why didn't I think to talk about that? So I figured I'd give you kind of a rundown as to how I got where I am today. So when I was in high school, I actually wanted to be a math teacher. That was my plan up until my junior year. Then the summer between my junior year and my senior year, the journalism teacher approached me to help film a video that they were creating for incoming freshmen. So I was basically hosting a video of like, here's what you need to know at our school, like that sort of thing. And I got to talk about, you know, who our principal was and what clubs we have and things like that. And then got to watch the editing process of how they put it all together. And I thought, this is really cool. Like, this is something I think is fun to watch like the creative process from start to finish, kind of come up with a plan, film it, edit it, and then see the final product. So having something tangible was like super exciting for me. So he said, you know, why don't you join the journalism class next year and try it out? We have, you know, video production, we have our own newscast. So I said, okay, I'll sign up. And I signed up for that. And that, okay, something weird happened with my phone there. It stopped recording. But that decision, like I said, like single-handedly changed my life and the career that I chose. We produced a newscast once a week called In the News at CHS. And that was so much fun for me to be able to, you know, put out assignments, get them back, edit the video, put the whole show together, air it to the whole school. And so I had a lot of fun in doing that, interviewing people and meeting people and that sort of thing. So I went into college studying journalism, but also still studying teaching just in case I decided I didn't like it. I knew pretty quickly that I did not enjoy newspaper writing because I'm not as good expressing myself in writing as I feel like I am talking to a camera. So I knew very quickly I did not want to do newspaper. I did not want to do magazine. I didn't want to do anything like that. So I started leaning into video. I went to Fresno City, did the newspaper there, went to Fresno State, and that's when I got into video, and that was fun and challenging and hard, but the access that it gives you to events, to people, to meet people and do things that you wouldn't do in like a normal life has really been like defining for me. So after Fresno State, I graduated there. I took a year off, became an extreme couponer and a bartender in Fresno, and then applied to grad school, got accepted to USC, and did broadcast journalism there and graduated with my master's before getting hired here in Bakersfield. So it's been a journey, and then once I got here, I knew that there was seriously nothing else that I wanted to do because it is so intense. It's so exciting every day. There's constantly something new going on. I have met so many people who I would have never met if I was teaching or if I was doing something else. So this makes it new and exciting every day. You learn things that you never knew. You kind of have a better respect for law enforcement, for fire, for public health. I mean, just so many things that you wouldn't know as an average person. And I've learned so much, and it's exciting for me to share that knowledge with other people. And it's also like a privilege to tell other people's stories. It's really hard, like going to a mom who just had their child die. And when I say child, it could literally, it doesn't make a difference if they're a 35-year-old, if they're 50, if they're 2. I mean, it's never fun going to a mom to talk to them, but being able to share the good parts about their loved one, I think makes it worth it to put that side out to the public. So that way, especially if it's a innocent victim to a violent crime, it's nice that people can remember the person that they were and not the fact that they were a victim for something that was so horrific. So that's really rewarding, and that's really special that people trust us to do that. So I enjoy that. And then of course we do all the fun stuff too, you know, events and fun runs and concerts. And I mean, we get to do so much, and so I wouldn't have it any other way. So that is that. If there's any other questions you have about specifics, like what I did, interning, things like that, I'm happy to describe those too. But yeah, that's how I got here. So shout out to Mr. Lucero. Yeah, he was my high school journalism teacher, and he changed the game for me. So I tell him all the time, I'm like, literally anything you ever need in your life, I am happy to do it, because I have gone back and talked to his journalism class before about just getting into the business and what it's like in the business versus what it's like in the news at CHS. And so I appreciate him. He's changed my life. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna end the vlog there for tonight just because I feel like I've talked a lot and I don't want it to be a 20-minute video of just me talking. I'll try to insert, yeah, so I'm gonna end the vlog for tonight. I hope that gives you a little more insight as to what got me into journalism. And if you have any other questions, like I mentioned, you're welcome to ask, and I'd be happy to answer those too. And if you have any other questions about something you want me to talk about, anything you're interested in, I'm happy to talk about that as well. So good night for now. I'm going to bed because we are headed to my parents' house tomorrow to do the Christmas surprise. So see you tomorrow. Good night.